Last week I made some Nerf darts using 3D printed nylon carbon fiber, and while it worked pretty well, my final conclusion was that a Nerf blaster is just not powerful enough. I was trying to think of ways to make it even stronger. I know some people swap out the springs, but I wanted something even more powerful. Then I realized I had something that was practically ready-made to fire projectiles at high speed. So I took this and made this 3D printed attachment to essentially turn it into a muzzle-loaded Nerf blaster. So I sent that on over to the printer, and I tried to get as close as I could to the Nerf blue, and I think that's pretty close. A bit of 3D printing ASMR here for you. It attaches to the accessory rail underneath, and it uses a friction fit to hold it in place. There is a hole for a bolt, but I didn't have the right size, so hopefully the friction is enough to hold it in place. And that little cylinder on the inside there does have a purpose too, which I'll get to in a sec, but there's how it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. So normally there would be a cylinder here with the pellets in it to bridge that little gap between the compressed air and the barrel. But since we don't have that, we're gonna have to push the barrel down, and that's what that little cylinder on the end of the 3D printed piece does. And in order to make it an official Nerf blaster, we need to have the Nerf logo on it. Please don't sue me, Nerf. So I cut this sticker out on my Cricut using adhesive vinyl, and now for the most tense moment of the whole video, trying to get that sticker on the first attempt. Oh, and I did it. Perfect. Okay. It's all easy from here. And now it is officially a Nerf blaster, not just some pellet Nerf hybrid. Now you might say, but Maddie, why don't you just use a 50 cal rifle? That would be way more powerful. Well, first of all, yes, you're really smart. Thank you for pointing that out. And second of all, I wanted to make one that could fire a Nerf dart without completely vaporizing it. Last week I made a few variations on a dart using 3D printed parts, and if this works out, I want to test those out too. And one of them's made from nylon carbon fiber, and I'm excited to try that one out. We're going to be shooting at our mannequin head here, which you might recognize from my 3D printed armor video I made a while back. She managed to survive that, so let's see how she handles this. So let's go to that realm as 3D printing nerds never go to and head outside. I'm just going to start off using a control. This is a basic unmodified Nerf blaster. And as expected, small impact, no damage done. Now let's test out the modified Nerf blaster. This is just a normal dart for the first test. And not much of an impact, but if you watch the slow motion, you'll see why. And if you look closely, you can see that is not the whole dart. That is just the core. The blaster actually blew out the center. But I have an idea on how to fix this. So I 3D printed these little end caps that are going to go on the back of the dart. This will fill that little hole and hopefully stop the compressed air from blowing the whole dart apart. So let's do our next test with one of these. Ooh, and that was much better. Sent the head flying right off the stand. Now let's see that again in slow motion. Okay, and that did pretty good, but let's try something else. Let's do this nylon carbon fiber tip dart that I made last time. Now, a pretty similar impact. You can see it hit right on the nose. But if we take a look at the mannequin close up, you can see a little bit of damage. It took a little chunk out of that nose. So let's increase the mass of the dart. This is one that is about 50% carbon fiber and 50% normal dart. Ooh, and that one was pretty good. It sent mannequin viscera flying all over. Oh, look at that chunk right out of the forehead. Wow. And on close look, you could see just how deep that dart went. Probably a couple centimeters deep. That's pretty good. So let's hope this trend continues. We're going to do the 100% nylon carbon fiber dart. Ooh, and let's see that again. The dart embedded in the head and actually broke itself in half in the process. Sent that head spinning faster than any other dart we've seen. That is pretty good. Let's watch it one more time. Let's zoom in and enhance. And on a closer look, it's just as bad as it looked from a distance. It is in there deep. And even tugging on a bit, it didn't want to come out. Well, that went better than I even expected. The big winner here was the nylon carbon fiber one. That shot was absolutely devastating. Just take a look at that. That is brutal. That is embedded in there. You can't hear it on camera, but I actually said holy shit when I shot that one. I was worried it'd be underwhelming, but that was actually awesome. Before I did the test, I thought I would test one out on myself like I did in the last video, but after seeing what happened to that mannequin, I think I'll pass. Hey, Editing Maddie here, and I was about to wrap up the video, but I wanted to try one more thing. I remember I had this glow-in-the-dark filament, so I thought it'd be cool to print a few off, fire them off at night, and see how it looks. I think it could look pretty cool. So that's what it looks like as it's printing. You can see the glow off the spool. So before I use it, I'm just going to charge it up a bit with this flashlight. It basically just needs to absorb some light. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining, so I'm trying to be quick about this. And it's the night before I'm going to post this, so I only have one shot at this. And as you can see, the glow on it's pretty good, but capturing that on camera is a whole nother thing. For the first attempt, I'm going to be filming it from the side. You can see me loading it up there. And you can barely see it. You just see a little flash of light. But the next shot I'm doing is the POV shot, and it looks a little better here. And you can see it almost looks like a little tracer. In person, it looks really good, but camera, again, like I said, it's hard to capture it. And I also have some good news I wanted to share. I've finally been monetized on YouTube. So thank you all for watching, liking, subscribing, doing whatever, commenting. It all helps, so thank you so much. And I'm also starting a Patreon. For now, there's just one tier, and what that'll get you is your name up at the end of every single video I make. So if you want to be one of the OGs of the channel, head over there now. This is going to go towards future videos, so I can hopefully make them even bigger and better. So thank you so much. Now send it back to Past Maddie and close out this video. I'm already trying to think of ways to make this even better, and I have a couple ideas. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments and I'll try them out. I'll definitely be doing a video on this again, so if you liked it, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. That was a lot of fun to make, so like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.